Princess Leonor's received by the royal who shocked the world. Imagine the world waiting with hushed anticipation, cameras ready, as Princess Leonor, the future Queen of Spain, makes her graceful entrance. The stage is set for yet another traditional royal reception, one filled with formality, predictability, and carefully choreographed appearances. But then, something no one could have expected happened. She wasn't received by the figure the world had assumed, not by a king, not by a queen, not even by a senior royal bound by centuries of protocol. Instead, she was welcomed by the royal who shocked the world, someone whose presence defied tradition, shattered expectations, and left millions asking, why them, and what does it mean? This was not just a meeting, it was a symbol, a moment so powerful it rewrote the rules of royalty in an instant. From that first step into the spotlight, Princess Leonor was no longer just a future monarch. She was a young woman navigating between legacy and change, and the royal who received her became the unexpected catalyst for a story that will echo through history. But who was this figure? Why did their presence cause such an earthquake of speculation? And what hidden truths lie beneath this astonishing public display? To understand the shockwave of that moment, we must first trace Leonor's path to this very point. From her childhood as the quiet heir under the watchful eyes of King Felipe and Queen Letizia, to her transformation into a poised leader at the military academy, Leonor's journey has been one of balancing expectation and individuality. The world has grown accustomed to her elegance, her discipline, her sense of duty. Yet even with all eyes fixed on her, no one saw this reception coming. The royal who stood waiting for her was not the safe choice. It was not the figure of reassurance many imagined. Instead, it was a royal whose past has been marked by controversy, by whispers, and by decisions that challenge the very traditions Leonor is expected to uphold. Their presence signaled not unity with the old, but a bridge toward something startlingly new. And this is where the story deepens, because it forces us to ask, was this encounter carefully orchestrated, or a bold statement of independence by Leonor herself? Every detail of that meeting has been dissected, the way Leonor smiled, the warmth in her body language, the subtle defiance in choosing to align with a royal who represents change. Royal analysts argue it was a declaration that Leonor intends to shape her reign not as a mirror of the past, but as a vision for the future. But with vision comes risk, and the risks here are monumental. For every admirer who cheered her courage, there were critics, traditionalists who saw this as an unforgivable breach, a dangerous flirtation with rebellion inside the monarchy itself. And yet, history tells us that true leadership often begins with these moments of fracture. Consider her grandmother, Queen Sofia, who once navigated her own storms between expectation and modernity. Or Queen Letizia, Leonor's mother, who herself shattered centuries of precedent by entering the Spanish royal family as a journalist, a commoner, and an independent woman unafraid of scrutiny. Each of these figures shocked the world in their own way, and Leonor's reception now joins that lineage of unexpected, world-changing moments. But here is where curiosity loops back. Why this royal, why now? Was it a gesture of reconciliation, perhaps to heal old wounds within European dynasties? Or was it a warning shot, a way to remind the world that Leonor is not simply a passive figurehead, but a woman carving her own identity before the crown rests on her head? The setting itself added to the drama. Beneath chandeliers and whispers of centuries-old tradition, the contrast between Leonor and her chosen greeter was impossible to ignore. Their handshake, captured in endless photographs, was not just formality. It was electricity, a transfer of symbolism too powerful to be dismissed. Some insiders suggest this moment was deliberately crafted by Leonor, with her mother Queen Letizia's quiet approval, to send a message to Spain, Denmark, and the entire royal watching world, that her reign will be inclusive, bold, and unafraid of controversy. Others argue it was a test of how far the world is willing to accept a monarch who bends rules before even wearing the crown. And here lies the deeper tension, between love and duty, family loyalty and public expectation. Princess Leonor, betrothed to Denmark's Prince Christian, is already juggling two royal houses, two traditions, and two futures. To be received by this shocking royal is not only about today, it is about tomorrow. Will her choices unite or divide? Will they strengthen her legacy or risk destabilizing it? As this story unfolds, one thing is clear: the reception was no accident. It was a page written with intention, whether by Leonor herself, her advisors, or fate. And because of that, it has forced us all to look again at her, not just as the heir of Spain, not just as Christian's fiancé, but as a young leader daring to step outside the shadows of tradition. The royal who shocked the world did more than welcome Leonor. They revealed her. They revealed the possibility of a monarchy not bound by fear, but alive with courage, contradiction, and humanity. And in that revelation, we find ourselves asking the question that keeps us watching, keeps us waiting: what will Princess Leonor do next? Because if this is only the beginning, then the world has not seen anything yet.